Hi, I'm Dale Cobb, founder of the Strengths Path. I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about selection and placement strategies that are really designed to lead to high performance. And when I say performance, I mean things that you can actually measure, that you can put a number on, things like profits and quality, productivity, sales, customer service, and satisfaction scores, and maybe a few numbers that you'd like to see go down, like unplanned turnover, injuries on the job, and theft or shrinkage. You know, our jobs crisis really is much bigger than the current unemployment rate would suggest. Companies just aren't getting the employees they need. In a recent Wall Street Journal article, 52% of U.S. companies reported difficulties in filling jobs in spite of the high unemployment rate. Deloitte Consulting said that 65% of employees are planning to leave their current employer. Harris Interactive, in a poll of almost 8,000 workers, said 42% felt burnt out, 33% felt dead-ended, in other words, they really didn't see a future in their job, and fully 85% did not feel strongly energized by their work. Franklin Covey, in a poll of 23,000 workers, said 80% were unenthusiastic about their goals, and 50% were dissatisfied with their work at the end of the week. So what's going on here? What's underneath these numbers? You know, I'm sure that you have some of your own ideas, and we'd love to hear from you on that. But in our experience, which includes 4 decades in the workplace, actually over 4 decades now, involvement with family businesses, entrepreneurial activity, almost a decade of involvement with a staffing company, management in a large nationwide company, training and coaching of employees all over the U.S., involvement with an employee-owned business, serving on the boards of 3 nonprofits, and really decades studying great organizations, teams, and individual performance. The biggest thing that we find underneath all these numbers is poor job fit. And what I mean by that is overwhelmingly, companies do an extremely poor job matching their employees' natural talents and abilities with the positions that they place them in. We regularly partner with a company called Intermetrics, and it's a company that just completed a 7-year, 23-country study of 197,000 workers. In that study, they found only 2 differences between high performers, mid performers, and low-level performers in companies. The first difference was awareness. High-level performers were consistently more aware of their unique talents, those activities and tasks that required specific innate abilities that they possessed. And the second difference was alignment. They took that awareness and shaped their jobs around them. That is, the high performers were much more congruent with themselves. For the most part, they only worked at activities and projects that made good use of what they did naturally and what they did extremely well. You know, we find that many hiring managers and field managers as well are playing checkers in a chess world. In the game of checkers, all the pieces are the same. They move the same, they have the same abilities on the board, and they're really interchangeable. And we think if we could just find checkers with a good attitude, we could win this game. But the world isn't like that, is it? The world is a chess game, and all the pieces are different. They're knights and bishops and rooks and pawns and kings and queens, and each has a unique ability on the board. Each has a behavioral style, and each is motivated very uniquely. Jim Collins wrote a terrific book titled Good to Great, and it's been a best-selling book for over a decade, so chances are you've read it or at least run across it in a bookstore. And this book is about what great organizations do, and especially great ones that stay great over time, that merely good ones don't. And one of his key findings he calls the bus concept. Collins maintains that great companies get the right people on the bus, they get the wrong people off the bus, and they get the right people in the right seats. In our experience, many companies do an okay job with that first one. They get some pretty good people on the bus. And some companies even do an okay job with the second one. They get the wrong people off the bus. But in our experience, only top-tier companies get the third one right with any consistency. Great companies are obsessed with getting the right people in the right seats. And if a terrific person is underperforming, they recognize it probably isn't an attitude problem, as probably this person is just in the wrong seat. The Gallup organization did a study of nearly 2 million workers around a single question. They asked, at work, do you have the opportunity to do what you do best every day? And the results were nothing short of astonishing. Gallup found that business units that had a significant percentage that answered yes to this question had significantly better metrics than business units where the workers answered no. All the numbers I talked about earlier, they were dramatically better. The profits were higher, the production quality was better, the productivity was higher, the sales and the customer service and the customer satisfaction scores went up. And the numbers most organizations would love to keep low, they were even better. Unplanned turnover lower, injuries on the job lower, and shrinkage or theft were lower. And Gallup asked at least a dozen other questions they thought might have impact, but none of the other factors were even close. I have a question for you. How's your organization doing? And then I have a second question. Why guess if you can know? You know, StrengthsPath exists to help individuals and organizations maximize their effectiveness. Businesses don't make a profit. People do. In fact, businesses don't drive higher profits, production quality, productivity, or sales, or customer service scores. People drive those numbers. But only the right people in the right seats. Allow us to share a couple of free diagnostic profiles and some other tools on our website. These tools are designed to open up a candid discussion about strengths awareness, alignment, and job fit in your organization. Give us a call or shoot us an email today. Thank you so much.